This was one of the most disturbing videos I have ever watched in my whole life. And unfortunately, a woman, we don't know her identity yet, has lost her life in one of the cruelest, most inhumane ways. He has been arrested. So this happened yesterday at 7:30 a.m. on the subway in Coney Island, New York City. The irony, before we get into this horrific crime, let's just look at a piece of irony. This was Kathy Hochul, just hours before this happened. On the subway, in March, I took action to make our subways safer for the millions of people who take the trains each day. Since deploying the National Guard to support the NYPD and MTA safety efforts and adding cameras to all subway cars, crime is going down and ridership is going up. Meanwhile, a woman was burned alive while sleeping upright on a subway train in Coney Island by a complete stranger who sat and watched calmly as she burned alive. So this is 33-year-old Sebastian Zapata. He was taken into custody and he's being accused of burning her alive. He was seen on camera approaching her at around 7:30 a.m. very calmly while she was sleeping upright, took out a lighter, caught her on fire, and then exited the car and watched calmly as she burned alive. I'm not going to show the video. It's really disturbing. I don't want to do that. If you want to find it, you can. But this image right here gives you a really good idea of what happened. This, unfortunately, was the woman who did pass away from burning alive. He basically watches her standing in the doorway of this calmly and watches as she dies. At one point, he gets up and fans the flames as if to make the flames more powerful. Just to add to all of the disturbing things that are going on in this video, what everyone around her just, that right there is an officer that walks by. No one helps her. The people filming aren't helping her. They're clearly disturbed by what they're seeing, but nobody is helping her. Even the woman herself, which I don't know if maybe she was still asleep. She didn't know what was going on. I don't know if she was homeless and maybe on drugs. I have no idea. But she is just standing there, not really moving a whole lot. You would think if you were on fire, you would be flailing. You would be stop, dropping, and rolling. Even the officer, you would think someone would throw a jacket on her. I don't know. Something, anything. Maybe there's an explanation for it, but a lot of people were questioning why no one did anything. So I just want to say that. Now, let's go to Sebastian because there's a lot about him that I think we should discuss. First of all, it said in this article that we didn't know his legal status. I'm assuming he's here illegally because it did say he entered the country from Guatemala in 2018. He was apprehended by Border Patrol in Arizona. That's all the information we have. I also know that he was living in the Randall's Island shelter, which is the taxpayer-funded shelter, which I thought all the people staying there were illegal immigrants who came in during the Biden administration. But if that is the last time he entered, that would mean he entered during the Trump administration. So I'm a little confused as to that. Maybe we'll get more information. But he was definitely staying at the taxpayer-funded Randall's Island. And another account online was able to obtain a video that he took of himself. I'm guessing sometime before this happened. I don't know, days, weeks, months, earlier, who knows. But he's clearly intoxicated, and I just want to show you who your tax dollars are funding to be in this country. Here he is, just lurking. Again, I don't know when this video was taken, but you can see he's clearly intoxicated, just hanging out, not doing anything, just hanging out on the subway, being intoxicated. Keep watching. I don't even like being next to him right now. Ew. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look. So that's what the taxpayer dollars are paying for, and that's what's just lurking on the subway, waiting for you to be asleep. I don't know if you could see in that video, he was talking. It was writing out what he was saying. He was saying, as long as I get my beers, or something. He was talking about his beers, and then talking about how people don't like him. They say he's a problem. And you notice he's just hanging out on the subway. It doesn't really look like he's going anywhere or doing anything, just like he was doing that time. And here's the thing, Kathy Hochul, you can put all the National Guard in the world, all the cameras, all of this, all of that, but if you're still not prosecuting crime, people, it's most of the time it's repeat offenders. I will say with this guy, apart from his apprehension in Arizona in June of 2018, and it did say he had a transit summons. Maybe he got in trouble on the subway again. I don't know. But they said other than that, he didn't really have a record, which doesn't mean he wasn't doing anything else. But clearly, you have some dude just hanging out drunk all day on the train. And this, before we move forward with the rest of this story, I do need to point out that is one of the problems with this mass migration. You have hordes of men that are doing nothing all day. They're doing nothing all day. They don't have jobs. They don't have anywhere to go. They're just doing nothing, but probably drinking. Anyway, or whatever. So they did arrest him not very long after on the subway. And you can see right here, they basically swarm him on a crowded subway train and take him into custody. That was satisfying to watch. But here, I mean, you see more video. That's him right there. This is the woman right here, and you can see this is where he gets up and fans the flame. This is how depraved this individual is. Sat there calmly watching and getting up and fanning the flames. That's how bold, that's how comfortable. And you saw there was a cop that walked right by, and this still happened. Anyway, have a lovely holiday season. At least he was caught. We don't know the identity of the woman. This is heartbreaking. When there's more information, I'll update this story.